Second thing we're going to talk about is we had a whole bunch of Siege figures that were accidentally leaked through BrickSeek. BrickSeek is a website where you could kind of look for stock of specific stuff located at specific locations and retailers. But once in a while, they sometimes put stock images for the wrong things or things too early. So it seems on BrickSeek a whole bunch of images of stuff that we already kind of knew, we already kind of predicted, and one thing we really didn't really know or have seen. So we knew about the Galaxy Force, aka Cybertron, Optimus Prime. Now we got
what still kind of felt not real. Like, I don't know why. Like, it still felt like, I don't believe this. But I mean, I guess so. Sure.
We see it in hand. We see now in hand photos and stuff, and in hand.
And it still looks the video feed. I don't even know why. Like, it's just like,
the deep fakes are getting real crazy now. And then then we had, obviously we knew about this one coming too, the Sideswipe being turned into Red Alert. And we also kind of had a feeling...
That's a no-brainer.
A no-brainer. And then another no-brainer, of course, the Thundercracker from the Starscream. But
Still holding out for Skywarp.
Yeah.
Because I'm weird like that.
But this one, and it's funny, it's always the last one, eh? It's always
yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's the one that doesn't sell as much.
Yeah, maybe. Anyways.
I think that's what they said. I could have remembered that was said at a BotCon.
I don't know. Black repaints are always cooler. Anyways. But so the one that we didn't expect, and this is the one a lot of people are excited about, and not only are they excited about, but it's something that it's kind of the same argument that people had with Mirage all those years ago with Classics. So we have here Transformers Siege Springer, triple changer, it triple changes everything, and the general design of him is very indicative of that of his cartoon model. And the reason why I bring it up is because a lot of people, when we had that original generation Springer or Universe 2.0, there was people that weren't happy about it. There was people that were like, oh, it's cool that we got him, but he's too much like how the IDW comics have depicted him, Last Stand of the Wreckers and stuff. So they weren't really a fan of how he looked there, and so people...
I was actually a really big fan of that one. I liked how sleek and svelte he looked, and just it kind of felt like it was a little bit touching on the third party, what's his name?
Defender?
Was it Defender?
You're talking about the one by Fans Project?
Yeah, the Fans Project.
That'd be Defender.
Like a little bit, but like the Defender, his sword was more like a Chinese broadsword.
Okay.
That turned into the propellers, but that's what it was like. We thought Hasbro couldn't do a good triple changer, and they really knocked it apart with that one. And I liked it; just looked more modern. It looked more cool. I like the '80s. I like the boxy style, but I just I want to see something different. I always want to see. We did the old school '80s toy. Why not try something different? But now we got this. I don't think that's bad at all.
I think that, I had this discussion like years ago, but the argument that I would say is I think that part of the reason how he originally turned out the way he did was because they were already planning in advance the retool into Sandstorm.
Right.
Because when that toy came out, not long after that, we got our big reveal of Metroplex. And we saw the box art for Metroplex, and on the box art for Metroplex was Sandstorm in alt mode. And so and it was that early we knew. You know what I mean? It's one of those examples like someone buys a toy and in the instructions it's actually the other head. There's been a lot of cases of that. It's one of those things where I almost felt like that Springer back then, aside from it also trying to be true to the IDW comic, sometimes it's the chicken before the egg.
Yeah.
But I think that in this case, it was just more they were going like, well, we have to do it like this because we're going to do a Sandstorm out of this down the line. And we wanted to have this kind of look, where this time around, we're comparing a toy that came out, God, what was it, 6 years ago? So the way that I see it, or 5 years ago, the way that I see it is, we just talked about the Ecto 1 here. It shows that now you could turn anything into anything with enough retooling. So, and
then also with this... what are people gonna do with their third party? Was it Fans Hobby? No,
Fans Project.
No, not Fans Project. There's another one that looks exactly like the 86 Springer.
Well, that one's isn't that more of a masterpiece scale one?
Yeah. That okay. Yeah, you're right.
If it's more of a masterpiece scale, I'm pretty sure it'll still stick on the shelves. And Takara hasn't shown much.
And that one is slavishly 80s Springer.
86 Springer movie for sure. Neil Ross, the whole ordeal. This one, I mean, again, it's doing the same thing. It looks great. It does both alt mode and robot mode perfectly. So, I mean, there's not much more one could ask for. I mean, the images that they show here, they show. I mean, maybe it's just my images that I have. I only have the helicopter mode and the robot mode right now.
Yeah.
But I mean,
same here.
The wheels are there, so there's going to be a car mode.
Yeah, it should.
But his car mode anyways wasn't too much of a stretch from what it was.
I mean, it's basically you move that
the rudder.
Yeah, the rudder or the wings, where the wings are, and you just move them back.
Yeah,
something super fancy.
Yeah, it wasn't anything too crazy. Like even the original 86 toy was like that. Defender was like that, and I'm pretty sure I haven't messed with the Fan Toys one and the not Masterpiece third-party one. But it uses the same general concepts that were found in the 86 movie when they were fighting on the planet Junk. So no big surprises there. But this is pretty cool. So this is all we've had revealed thus far, but the Springer was the one we wanted to talk about just because it's a new surprise. And always when characters like this that come around that third party has really been hammering for a couple of years. I mean, again, like we said, Defender, how far back was that? Quite a few years.
Yeah, that was a while back.
I almost want to say like 10 years when you think about it. Almost around then. So when you have something that's been kicking around in the third-party scene for so long, and then finally something comes from an official capacity to really dethrone that, I mean, in the same way, people are getting rid of their Defender when that old Generations one came out. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy when you think about it. Now this one's a lot more justifiable. So this makes a lot of sense. But, I mean, this is cool. Maybe they're going to take this and retool it like crazy and we'll get a Sandstorm out of it. I would not be surprised. There's not much else one could really do from this. I mean, we got a weird Rodimus from the old Generations one. You know what
I would want them to do with this? You take this and then you apply it to Drift from the movies and make a proper triple changer Drift.
I wouldn't be, you know what?
That's what I would like to see them retool this into, if they ever bother to do it, or even take the Generations Springer and retool it into a proper Drift so that character can actually get a triple changer mode.
This is one of those things that if we lived, like, let's say it was 2006 and we still had like repaints were just straight up repaints, we didn't get new head sculpts, we didn't get retools, I could see just taking this Springer and just straight up repainting him like movie Drift and getting away with it because the head is almost there. You know what I mean? It already comes with a sword. Like it's.
I think the only thing that would be bad is just, I guess, the alt modes wouldn't look like the Bugatti Veyron.
Oh no, yeah, it doesn't have the movie aesthetic.
And we also don't know what type of helicopter he turns into. We just know it's a helicopter. I don't think we ever got a good close up of the helicopter mode.
Some aviation expert's gonna have to correct us on that.
I mean, normally I'd be like, I know which helicopter is the Apache, blah 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 blah,
I don't know.
or this is the other one, but it's like, nah, they don't really show off that helicopter mode.
But yeah, so we're gonna definitely talk more about this. It's Toy Fair weekend. We'll probably get some nice photos of that car mode sooner or later, and yeah, this is cool.